What's up, witches? My baby. Thank you for being such a good sport. Thank you for being a good sport. Why don't you come up here? Did you come up there? Okay. What's up, witches? It's me and Pi, and I have so much to do today. I have like adult things to do. I need to clean and deal with some kind of paperworky kind of crap. So you know what that means? It means I'm going to shoot an unboxing. Way more fun than those other things. And this is a true unboxing because I haven't even looked through this deck. It has been sitting in my stack over here. I'm just making sure my microphone is on. Okay, sitting in my stack over here since I got it. And it's got a big box, so I guess I need to move some things. Yeah, just try to do a video without me rearranging the furniture. Not possible. This is called, hold on. This is called Straightening the Camera. There we go. This is called The Way Jodorowsky, I'm assuming it's a Y sound, Jodorowsky Explained Tarot to His Cat by Alejandro Jodorowsky. Jodorowsky, I don't know, Kazan. I don't know the pronunciations. I don't know where he's from. A tarot deck and practical wisdom to understand what can't be really made into words. And it's time to take off my robe because now I'm warm. Okay. By Scarabeo. For my faithful companion of 17 years, Kazan the cat, who has forgotten he is a cat and believes he is my son. Well, he's correct, you know. A book, and it says Alejandro Jodorowsky, a book by the author of The Way of the Tarot. Ooh, okay, didn't know that. It was Jodorowsky who taught the tarot to Kazan, his cat, lifetime companion, wise feline capable of seeing the invisible world. Or was it Kazan who mewed the secrets of the arcana to his own human, shaman, writer, creator of worlds and legends? This Way of the Tarot speaks of cats. Intimate and profound in its disarming and playful simplicity. It is a book, it is a game, it is life. It is a secret look at the cosmos seen with the innocent eyes of a child with an ancient soul playing with his cat. I am so down for this. Contains the 22 major arcana of the cat, so only a major deck. Illustrated by Christian Gaudin on the instruction of Jodorowsky himself. So we've got a nice slide out. That was easy. Nice box, different format. I mean, it's so hard to store when you've got a crap ton of decks because they're all different sizes now. Let's take a look at the copyright is 2021, so this is a new deck. Table of contents. And we see full color pictures. We will go into the book after we look at the actual deck. Looky. So it's a big deck. This is what, you know, there used to be a lot of major only decks available. And you think about how the suits, the minors, kind of morphed into playing cards. And where did that leave the majors? Well, that left them as spiritual teaching tools. So here's the back with a sweet little paw print. Let me zoom you in. And let me yeet myself over here. Okay. So let's look at the backs again. Sweet little paw print, obviously a reversible design. And here we have the Fool. Look at the sweet art style here. Very soft. It does, however, look like they were blown up a little bit too much. There's a special like quality of too softness about it that just really looks like something was blown up and starts becoming pixelated. So that's one thing I'm noticing. But we have the Fool with his little bag slung over his shoulder with a crook. He's got a walking staff. He's walking towards the edge of the cliff. He's got that happy, innocent look on his face. And there's a kitten kind of jumping at the heels. There's also 3 mice here. So we do have traditional imagery. And then we have the magician who's whipping a snake. We've got a pyramid, a ball. We've got gaming dice here and here, so that must be gaming dice as well. And a couple little things that look like hammers or brushes, or it looks like a turkey leg. So we don't have, and there's a die kind of floating in the air in front of them. So we have dice, but we don't have like the symbols of the 4 elements as is standard. All right. The High Priestess with a book. And the tail kind of curled around. I don't know, is that supposed to be a globe? It's hard to tell. And look at this statue in the background. We've got like Bastet, very Egyptian looking, and the moon. So we are straying from traditional. We don't have the High Priestess forward facing with the 2 pillars. But I mean, this is kind of, I don't know, is that sort of external and this is internal? There's the purple cloth. Definitely allusion to the basic format and the traditional imagery, but then we depart. Here's the Empress with her wand. Again, I'm struck by this almost faded. Do you see what I mean? We don't have really sharp lines. Faded and pixelated. How much nicer would it have been if they were slightly smaller cards with sharper images? So there's the Empress. There's the Emperor, holding a staff in his hand and kind of a world hanging there. They're very cute, that's for sure. Then we've got the Hierophant with his supplicants in front of him, beaming out his wisdom. Oh dear, the Lover. So I'm assuming the one in the middle is a female, and the tomcats are on either side going, hey baby. And look at, we've got cats making out in the background. And then we've got cats kind of rolling all over the place, and not quite sure what's going on here, not sure that I want to know. Oh my goodness. And then Cupid, Cat Cupid, up top aiming. We have the Chariot, a cat being drawn by cats. Justice. Rawr. You know, the bare minimum of the traditional imagery, the upraised sword, the scales. You don't need much more really for that one. The Hermit holding his light. He's got a little bird sitting on his staff. Interesting. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's kind of like it looks like a water wheel. And we got a cat going up and a cat going down and a cat sitting on the top. Strength. So, fascinating. Fascinating and hilarious. And we have the Hanged Man kind of hanging there looking all peaceful. I don't know what's falling around this cat. Is there stuff falling out of the cat's pockets, like cats have pockets? It looks like there's coins falling out of pockets. I'm going to look that one up. So let's find out what kind of descriptions we get. Oh, interesting. All right. So we don't... Let me follow through on what I say I'm going to do here. Curled upside down, immobile, I do not pass my rough tongue over any part of my coat. I disdain the food that is placed near my nose. My masters, who love me as if I were their own child, are afraid that I'm sick. Okay, what does it say about... Can only crush nutritious biscuits suggested by a vet. Da-da-da. It doesn't say anything about what's falling here, looking like it's falling out of pockets. We'll find out when we do a reading, and then I will actually read the full description of at least one. We have the Death card. And, okay, here's a departure. Everyone has the name until we get to the Death card, and then we just have blank. That's very interesting. Skeletal cat going through the charnel grounds. Temperance, looking very golden. I like that it's silver and gold blending together, kind of solar and lunar energies coming into balance. That's nice. The devil. Wow. Look at the kitty with the little horns. They're so cute. Okay. The tower. I keep looking up at myself and going, oof, could we have done something about this before? But you know what? I don't really care. So here's the tower. It doesn't really look like lightning. It's just like a ball of coming in. Big eyes, knocking the kitty out of the tree, knocking him, you know, literally inside the tree. Here's the star. Here's the moon. We don't have like a foot in the water and a foot on the land like usual. So like I said, the bare minimum allusion to what the traditional is. Here's the moon. Look at those moony eyes. And the cat in the moon and lots of other cats. And there's the sun. Okay, so you can see something playing out here. We've got the solar cat, but then look at this. It's kind of like the one, come on, focus for me, do the thing. I mean, you can see enough. The one is got this look on his face like, holy shit, slow down, and then the other one going, it's okay, come on. So that's an interesting image for the sun. Then we have judgment, the cat blowing the trump, and the cat's rising up, and then we have the world with an eagle. Oh, so we have the eagle, the lion, a horse, not a bull, a horse, and then the cat with wings is the angel. All right, book. Let me take you back out again. Nice to have it have a short walkthrough. Okay. For my faithful companion is 17 years, Kazan, the cat who has forgotten he's a cat and believes he's my son. It says that on the front. Okay. Then we go straight into, all right, let's read the foreword. How blind can one be? Kazan must have thought when he caused the Tarot de Marseille to fall from the library shelf exactly when Jodorowsky was trying to penetrate the hidden secrets of the minor arcana. A coincidence I would dare to define as miraculous, Jodorowsky wrote in The Way of the Tarot. I think I'm going to have to get a hold of this book. Remembering how, as he knelt to pick up and sort out the cards strewn on the ground, he found himself looking at the Ace of Cups, and the hidden meaning of the entire deck was revealed to him. Wow. Knowing the feline soul, we can agree this was not a simple synchronicity. If we could flip the perspective and see through Kazan's eyes, we would understand how the cat deliberately decided to awaken the creative intuition of his human to reveal the secrets of the ancient art of divination. Cats have protected these mysteries since the time of ancient Egypt, where felines were venerated alongside the goddess Bastet, the high priestess of the hidden side of all things. It is perhaps this obscure tradition to which Count de Gebelin referred when he traced the 22 major arcana of the Tarot de Marseille to the wisdom of Egypt, once again a lost wisdom, as no tarot expert or philologist believes his theories anymore. Interesting. Precisely for this reason, perhaps, Kazan's work with Jodorowsky is not yet finished. Good. I hope we get a full deck out of this. It continues day by day from that first impact between the tarot cards and the floor up until the creation of this deck, where he is the protagonist both in the images and in the text. Having given his human a free hand at first, Kazan, dissatisfied with the results, decided to apply the subtle practice of thought manipulation that cats use to condition the behavior of humans. It is not difficult to imagine him crouching at night next to his sleeping human, whispering insights about the cards into his unsuspecting ears. I'm just thinking about Pyewacket right now, and the fact that he made his appearance at the beginning. My dear Kazan, after all these years, I've decided to thank you by explaining the tarot to you too. Jodorowsky must have said this on awakening. After the first night of feline whispers, not realizing that each word he then said and wrote was narrated the night before by the cat. Through Kazan's wise words and revelations, the feline art of divination with the cards could once again be revived among the people. Okay, fantasy, certainly. And we go straight into the cards. Let's go to the back and see if we have anything beyond. So we have, after we have the World card, then we go Tarot of Cats and Tarot de Marseille. So we're looking at the imagery from the Tarot de Marseille, which is indeed a simplified version from the Waite-Smith decks. And so High Priestess, okay, now this makes so much more sense. I do not own a Tarot de Marseille deck that I'm aware of. I think I might have some that are, you know, for future generations of it, or, you know, whatever I want to say, descendants of that deck. But I don't own straight up the Tarot de Marseille, and I need to. There's the Empress. So this explains why we do have these very pared down images, and they do stick very close. Look at the Lovers, there's 3 people. So they do stick very close to the original Tarot de Marseille. I have to retract my statements. And then we have Alejandro Jodorowsky, Chile, 1929, is an eclectic artist. So he was born in 1929? That means he's nearly 100 years old, folks. 92. In the world of Tarot, Jodorowsky, okay, an eclectic artist, writer of plays, novels, and comic books, and a movie and theater director. He's one of the greatest masters of the 20th century in the world of Tarot. A lifelong scholar of the Tarot de Marseille, he's written some of the most important books on the subject, in particular The Way of the Tarot and I, the Tarot, as well as The Way Jodorowsky explained Tarot to his cat. Okay, so we're not going to go, I'm not going to read through that whole thing. And then Danielle Palmieri is a graduate in philosophical studies and a student of esoteric studies, passionate about the Tarot as he is about cats. To the first passion he dedicated his book, The Tarot and the Initiation Tradition. Ooh. And the second, his series composed of The Diary of a Cynical Cat, The Story of a Librarian Cat, and The Cat, the Magician, and the Inquisitor. So we're assuming that that is the artist. Illustrations by Christian Gaudin, forward by Danielle Palmieri. Okay, so interesting that we have a little blurb on the author and the person that wrote the foreword, but nothing, absolutely nothing on the artist. Now I'm grumpy. Okay, I'll get over it. So let's just jump in and let me see what else is at the back here. All we do is have the major arcana next to the Tarot de Marseille. There is nothing in this entire book on how to use the cards, how to read the cards, how to do a spread, nothing. So, all right, I forgot. To light and charcoal. Oh shit, there isn't and charcoal. All right, so we have a pile of dust to light. Well, the plus side is going to light fast. All right. What I'm putting on is powdered, so it doesn't matter if there's a flat surface or not. So we'll let that light up while we invite and welcome guides and guardians, allies and ancestors. Please help me connect with this deck and give my viewers a really nice reading and some good information. I'm going to also give it a bit of a smoke cleanse because I haven't done that yet. Let's see. Come on. Where's the flame? Finding it with my fingers. Oh, for crying out loud. There. There we go. All right. By air may you be purified. By fire may you be charged. By water may you be blessed. By earth may you be made whole. All right. And then I offer fresh water. And I offer the fire of Azrael. Okay, so let's try a riffle shuffle. It's a small deck, obviously, so this is probably not the way I would go about it. Plus, it's really long. Still able to do it. Let's just do lots and lots and, come on. Lots and lots and lots of cut shuffles, and then I'm going to do the, I'm going to cut to find the cards too. Let's go for 3, and let's ask what we always ask, how today, when you are viewing this video, how may we go from, okay, there we go, from surviving, maybe feeling like we're not surviving, into actual thriving. Oops, that one wanted to come out. The sun and the star so far. Let's see if we can get a third one to fly. All right, that one doesn't want to go back in. So we already have 3. So let's go here. The Wheel of Fortune. And I'm going to go from, go from my belly guts first, and then we'll go to the book. Get out of my way here. Thank you. So, Wheel of Fortune says, things are changing. This too shall pass, is what the Wheel of Fortune says. Wherever you are today, this too shall pass. So if you're feeling awful, that's good news. If you're feeling pretty good and things are going your way, that's not necessarily good news. But this is what we have to grapple with as human beings, that change is a constant, right? This says, though, that things are changing to a place where the sun comes out, where things come out into the light of day, where we feel empowered, we feel successful, we feel joyful. And then the star afterwards gives hope. It says there's hope. And then the Hanged Man coming in at the end there says, but you got to wait for it. Okay, let's go to the book. Okay, so we have the wheel, and then let's read through. I am staying with a kind veterinarian. This nice man has advertised me thus: beautiful Angora cat, free. I wait tranquilly for my new master. I won't entertain thoughts of failure. For me, this is just a change of patron. I have already had 3. The first was an elderly lady in whose home I was born and who soon decided to go to heaven. The second was a young couple who treated me very well for a year, but the day they decided to go on vacation, they abandoned me in a park. The third, the park warden, found me and gave me to his daughter. She was a nasty child. She pulled my tail, my whiskers, climbed with me to the top of the stairs, and threw me down to see me land on all 4s. I had to run away. Luckily, this veterinarian took me in. I have faith in the future. This world, which seems solid, is constantly changing. Things can get better or worse. So now we're getting to the pith of the meaning. What begins ends, and what ends begins. In fact, they're inextricably linked. With every beginning, something has to end. With every ending, something new begins. My next masters will be good, I know. They will love me and give me food in abundance. I will begin the best part of my life. And then we have a small, very small section here. If you have drawn this card, it could mean the end of a cycle, a new beginning, the need for help, a blockage, reincarnation, financial gain, change. Okay, financial gain because it's the Wheel of Fortune, and we think about fortune as, a good thing. Not necessarily. Fortune is really a neutral thing. It just means what's going to happen to you, So the end of a cycle, new beginning. To me, the Wheel of Fortune is about organic change. It is about constant change. It's about seasonal change, natural change, okay? The Sun. Many cards of change in the Tarot deck, in the major arcana. And, for instance, Death is final change. Judgment is complete change from the inside out. Chariot is change under my direction, under my own steam. What else is there? Oh, the tower is sudden, unexpected, disruptive change. Okay, so the sun, you big orange-furred cat, you stretch out on the desert wasteland, belly up in a patch of earth heated by my light. When your starving brothers arrive, you hiss, growl, flex your claws, and show your teeth to chase them away from this uniquely pleasant place. You think I belong exclusively to you, but you are wrong. I, the sun, the source of heat and light, I am the father of all living beings, and there is not one whose life does not depend on me. Don't think just because your coat is almost the same color as me that you mean more than the others. I distribute my rays without refusing anyone. I love everyone the same way. That's a wonderful nuanced meaning for the sun, that the sun's rays shine on all equally. So there is this sense of benevolence there as well. I burn in the sky, always giving of myself, asking nothing in return. This is why I wish that you would vanquish your selfishness and learn to share. Okay, uniting with your fellows in a relationship of mutual help, and that you definitely see. It's almost like this cat's learning to walk on his back legs, and the other cat's going, here, I'll steady a little bit. It's so sweet. I'm really liking this now. You survive in this wasteland because you have more intelligence and more strength than the others. They are simple felines and think only of finding something to fill their stomachs and to sleep hidden away where no dog will attack them. But you wish to be the head of a large family, to liberate your children and travel until you find a bountiful forest where they can become powerful tigers again. For this to happen, you need to learn to help those who are less aware than you. You must not only be the father to your own children, but to all wandering cats. You must become a prophet, offer them a better future, give them hope. Instead of living in desolation, they can be their own masters in a fertile world where they can begin a new and happy life. So being your own master, that's another layer of the sun, that empowerment, that sense of authority, that sense of, authority in who I am. I don't know how to describe it. Words have been eluding me. Okay, for this to happen, you need to... Okay, wait. Give them hope, begin a new and happy life. Like me, you must cultivate unconditional love in your heart and an absolute desire of a collective dream. So the collective is another interesting nuance of the sun shining on everyone. But beware of excess power. If I don't hold back, I can provoke fires and drought and transform the entire planet into a desert. Oh, great orange cat, do not become a tyrant at the service of death rather than life. So we do get, going from the positive attributes to what would be the reversed. If you have drawn this card, it could mean a happy union, a new life, love, brotherhood, sisterhood, success, evolution, construction. So I'm finding it interesting that you have these descriptions that bring out things like help and equality and being your own master and stuff. But then when we get to the keyword meanings, we don't mention those things like helping and being helped and that kind of stuff. At any rate, let's look at the star. I don't think I'll read this whole thing. Okay. Let's go to... I understood I was united with the world. I found my place on earth and my connection with the vast cosmos. My breasts were filled with milk. This white river nourished many small orphan animals. My odorless excrement fertilized the earth and gave life to many fruit trees where the monkeys played and the nightingales sang. Fascinating little stories. Okay, I am going to read it because this has been short. The cat god gave me a slender body and long legs, silken fur, elegant ears, and eyes the color of emeralds. Pretentious, selfish, haughty, I believed myself to be the center of the world. I was forever dissatisfied, and instead of sharing, I always demanded that more be given to me. I became so awful that I lost everything. I was thrown out of the house which I had assumed was my exclusive property. I wandered, desperate, in inhospitable corners and fed myself on cockroaches, ants, and flies. After a long time, I came to a park where hunting was prohibited. Disgusting, all skin and bones, depressed, I raised my head for the first time and for the first time looked at the starry sky. The grandeur of this spectacle made me realize how small I was. I was ashamed to have wasted my energy by only loving myself. So there, right there, those two lines were like really encapsulate the vibe of the star, of looking up and realizing the vastness of the universe. I understood that I was united with the world like a tiny gear in a great machine full of light. I became the messenger of that light. I received it and I shared it. I dug my claws into the earth and pulled out poisonous grass to make way for beautiful flowers. I removed the rubbish that polluted the waters of a stream. So there's this whole vibe of purification here. I conquered my carnivorous instincts and became a friend of birds, squirrels, and butterflies. Bees offered me their honey, food that allowed me to maintain my beauty and to survive without murdering. I found my place on earth and my connection with the vast cosmos. My breasts were filled with milk, and this white river nourished many small orphan animals. My odorless excrement fertilized the earth and gave life to many fruit trees, where the monkeys played and the nightingales sang. Don't let vegetarians tell you they don't stink, folks. I was transformed into a sacred cat, venerated by both plants and animals. Now I am happy. I give to the earth what the sky gives to me, a sublime energy that purifies the world. If you've drawn this card, it could mean finding purpose, purity, forgiveness, sacred submission, communion with the cosmos, fertility. So these, I guess, are the differences in meanings of the Tarot de Marseille as opposed to the Waite-Smith or even the Thoth, because we have no mention here of hope. And that is one of the main meanings for me of the star card. Spirituality, inspiration, finding purpose kind of talks to that. Sacred submission certainly does. Communion with the cosmos, but fertility, not so much. Never thought of the star as a card of fertility. Okay, Hanged Man. Although I have had it come up in readings where there were other cards like Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, which talks about kind of a bonus in the physical, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, other cards that can talk about fertility and actual pregnancy. I have had the star come in to kind of reinforce that as something coming in from spirit. Yeah, something coming from spirit into physical form, certainly. And then let's look at the Hanged Man. Do not talk to me about the world. So it's interesting that this one came out because I didn't read the whole thing, and it's like, I want you to read the whole thing for me. Okay. Nor about rodents, beautiful cats, or tree trunks so tall as to reach the sky if you climb them. Great tasty flies, leave me alone, do not distract me. Curled upside down, immobile, I do not pass my rough tongue over any part of my coat. I disdain the food that is placed near my nose. My masters, who love me as if I were their own child, are afraid that I am sick. I am not. Maybe that's somebody's tossing treats at him that he's ignoring. Even if no one believes this, I am meditating. I am tired of being a vain and satisfied fat cat, sure of getting anything I want just by purring. I am a ferocious animal that has remained in a fetal state. I have not yet been born. I have to be both my mother and my father. I have to imagine myself. Wow, this is amazing. I will dare to show my fangs, run after prey, make a great pounce that could rip the neck of an eagle in flight. All my life seems like an injustice. Though I am a mighty warrior, I am only allowed to fight a stuffed dog. Though I possess strong jaws, I can only crush nutritious biscuits suggested by a vet who couldn't even smell a canary. This must end. I remain motionless, if necessary, hanging by the tail like a lamp, in order to overcome my obstacles and my incapacity to act. The truth is that I no longer know what I want. It is impossible to choose what I like, not because I do not dare to, but because I don't know what I like. So this is really talking about that place where you just get so turned upside down, literally, that you have no choice but just to hold still and wait to get a grip. They have turned me into a domestic plaything. Food is placed before me, a flattened mash without smell or flavor. I don't know about the without smell part. I do not know the taste of fresh blood spilling from a wound that my claws have made. Would I love it? Would it disgust me? A mystery, a mystery. Before I move, I must enter the depths of my being and find out who I really am. There's the pith of it. If you've drawn this card, it could mean stillness, waiting, gestation, doubt, looking from another perspective, deep meditation, hiding something. Hiding something. That's interesting. So yeah, at the end it says that while we are in this particular place of deep change where we happen to be when I am recording this, that what we need to do is to sit still and wait for wisdom, which comes from being very planted and rooted in our own self-knowledge, knowing who we are and identifying, you know, what it is we desire, and also just the role of desire and how does it yank you around, and being able to hold still and not, you know, get into grasping mode. Fascinating. It's an adorable little deck, I gotta say. I really do like it, and I'm already planning the live stream where all the cat decks are going to come out. That's for sure. I hope you got something out of this. It is a delightful deck to have as part of my collection. There's no doubt about that. Am I going to reach for it on a daily basis? No. But I'm going to read the book. A rarity for me with new decks is reading through the whole book, because the stories are very sweet, and I have, you know, there's a subtlety to these cute little stories where the glimmers of the energy of that card, that archetype, come through. And I am going to buy The Way of Tarot, and I am going to buy the Tarot de Marseille, because my collection is missing that. So, and I also am going to take a look and do a let me do this right now. So, pardonnez-moi, quel cochon. What I'm doing here is Googling decks based on Tarot de Marseille. The Jungian Tarot is based on Tarot de Marseille, it says. And so is Wildwood. I'm going to do a little bit of research on this, because I know, you know, you can't have nearly 300 decks and absolutely zero that are, you know, an offspring of the Tarot de Marseille. So I'm going to do a little bit of research and find out, discover what I already know from the decks that I already have that may be based on this, and then do maybe a little bit of research. What I can do is I have the first volume of the Encyclopedia of Tarot by Stuart Kaplan, and I'm sure it will talk about those ancestral lineages of Tarot. So yay. So you know, the one thing that this deck has certainly done is gotten me enthused to do a little bit more research about my collection, and that's always a good thing. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some information out of it. If you liked it, or if you saw something I didn't, please comment down below. And down below you will also find a nice red thing that says subscribe. If you dig hanging out with me, hit that button, hit the bell so you know when I drop something, and the like would help me as well, as would sharing this video with people you think might enjoy it. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you on Wednesdays for live streams in the evening, Eastern Time. And until then, this is Luna. Blessed be.